Hello, 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 and welcome to Gamescom Opening Night chat. I'm very excited for today because we are definitely seeing more of RE9, which I am greatly looking forward to. And hopefully, we're going to get some other pretty awesome video game announcements. So it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. Yes, the music is Expedition 33. The track name is For Those Who Come After. Great game, great soundtrack. Anyways, and actually, we're going to hear some live performances, I believe, for Expedition 33 tonight. So today, I believe, not tonight. Let me actually go ahead and pull up the Gamescom stream because they've started the stream, but they have not actually started this show yet. The show does not start until 45 minutes from now. Let me see if I can pull this up. Gamescom Opening Night. Let me see if I can do this and then, or I could just fuck it up. I could do that too. There we go. And then when the show starts, I'll shrink myself a little bit so you guys could see it better. Let me see something. I never know which way to properly display the chat box. Is that good? Do we have it good before? Let me see what that looks like. What is boxed? Boxed is what we had before. What is chunky? What the? Let's just go back to the old one. There we go. Sweet. It'll show up again. Jeff is your god? The god of disappointment, maybe. No, I'm just playing. Papa Staminas, hello. What's your biggest prediction? Also, nice broccoli top. My biggest prediction is that everything will be mid. No, my biggest prediction is that probably just RE9. I mean, we know we're getting that. I don't expect. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get like FF9 remake or anything crazy today. But I do think that like RE9 and Silent Hill F are really gonna carry for sure. For sure. Make sure you have a quick trigger for the inevitable DMCA music. You know what's crazy? You know what's like fucking insane? Is that I do not get DMCA at all on Twitch except for when we play Kingdom Hearts. And it's weirder because generally speaking, and you ask any content creator this, anyone who multi-streams, they will tell you that YouTube is much stricter than Twitch. But for whatever reason, any and all Kingdom Hearts music on Twitch, it's like immediately VOD muted. So streaming Kingdom Hearts on Twitch, and I thought it was going to be YouTube. I was like, oh, fuck, dude. Fucking Disney movie music is going to get me on YouTube. No, not on YouTube. On Twitch. The place where people are actually playing games. And then you stream and you have Kingdom Hearts music on YouTube and no one cares. I do not understand why the fuck. Think we'll hear from CDPR today. Oh man. Boy, would I love to fucking hear from CDPR. I would love to see The Witcher 4. I don't know if it's ready yet for The Witcher 4. I was even surprised by like what they showed off with like Unreal Engine, considering that The Witcher 4 is so far off. I still think it's really far from us seeing it. And that's like their closest game. Like their most advanced development game. Hard to believe that Jeff will not have some surprises that he didn't talk about yet. Oh no, for sure, for sure. And it's gonna be a game that looks like that one indie game every single time. You guys know like the one indie game that I mean. I'm not actually talking about a real indie game. I'm talking about like that one just like amalgamation of like small studio game that like gets seems to get shown off every single time such that like it feels like it's the same game every time. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but you guys know what I mean. There's like a whole meme about it where Jeff is like, I am trembling thinking about how I get to announce this game. It is the greatest honor and the greatest privilege to announce what I think will be the best game of all time. And then that shit looks like looks like something dumb, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, okay, okay." So people who think that Kingdom Hearts 4 really is going to be also, I think my volume might be a little too loud, so let me down adjust that. I think I turned it up because the Kingdom Hearts was drowning us out, and I was listening to the VOD yesterday, and I had to make corrections because to the audio because I was so loud. Um, but I fixed that. Yeah, I don't think Kingdom Hearts news is happening this year. If I'm completely honest with you, I think Tenebrae Queen has the right of it here. I think Kingdom Hearts 4 news is happening next year, not this year. I know that's unfortunate. I know that's heartbreaking. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. Maybe them flirting with Cage 4 on Twitter was like a real thing that was like gonna happen. But I don't know. We'll see. If anything, Square Enix shows up, it'll be HD 2D at the most. So DQ, Octopath, or that Elliot thing. That is what I personally believe. Are you going to peep the Demon Slayer movie next month? No, probably not. Dude, shonen movies are like I don't want to say they're like a waste of time, but like a lot of shonen movies are like you go in there and then like they come up with like a reason that none of it is canon and it's just entertaining, I guess. They always make me really, really mad every time I watch like a shonen movie because of like how cool but inconsequential they ultimately always end up being. I guess like Mugen Train was not. That wasn't the case with that one. Is this new one actually canon or is it just like something else? Because I don't know. My thing is that like I don't know. I haven't read the manga, but my friends who have are hyped. Okay, so this is actually like a canon thing. Okay, so then maybe I might be excited for it. The gamer short on YouTube has already promised that he will shave his eyebrows if there is no new trailer slash news on the game. At Gamescom, well, I hope his eyebrows grow back. I hope his eyebrows grow back fast. No, Jarrett meant this year. I hope his eyebrows grow back fast. I'm telling you, I don't think it's happening this year. Um, I can definitely be wrong, but I don't think I am. In fact, what I do think is happening this year, and this is gonna piss you guys the fuck off, not all of you. Um, I mean, a lot of you will be happy, but I actually think that like I actually think it's very much possible, and I'm going to make a video on this like tomorrow. I've been meaning to do it for the past few days. We just had things after the other thing, and then more things, and so I haven't had time. But I actually think that remake part three might be happening at TGS because some things have aligned, and they have made it look like that's a possibility. So essentially, the TLDR on this, I'll give you guys a spoiler for those who are here for the video. And the things that have aligned is that Motomu Toriyama said, like, I think he talked about it a few years back where he said that, like, or like leading into Rebirth, he said that, like, by like September 2025, he hopes that they will have part 3 information to share. And then wouldn't you know it that they also are doing the Ever Crisis Season 2 celebration, and it's going to be like a big deal, and they're having like this huge event in Los Angeles for it. And that is coinciding with the date of TGS. So Toriyama, having previously said that they hope by September 2025 that they would have part 3 information to share, combined with the fact that they're having a huge event for Ever Crisis. Is it a huge? I guess I might be being hyperbolic there. I need to go back and look at the information. I haven't. I need to go back and look at the information. I'm probably being hyperbolic saying it's like a huge event. But it's like a big event that they're having. Or not a big event, but like it is an event that they're having for Ever Crisis in person. And it is happening during Tokyo Game Show. And they said that they wanted to share more information about Part 3 by September previously. So when you add all those factors together, it does stand to reason that, yeah. Okay, it's not a huge event. It's a it's a pretty small event actually. It's at like a boba shop. So let me dial that back when I say huge event. It's not a huge event. It's a small event. But the fact that they are having like an Ever Crisis celebration that overlaps with TGS, and the fact that he said that they hope to have information to share by September does all line up for like a single window. Colossal Sword, proper form and technique. Thank you so much for your super chat. Quistis and Squall romance would be great. FF8 remake. Sir, I don't know if that one's ethical. They could put that one in Persona 6, but I don't know if they can do that one in FF8 remake. Yeah, that would go crazy for P6. I don't think they can do it in FF8 though. Sorry, man. Oh, man. Sephiroth's defeat by NSP will be announced at Gamescom. No, Sephiroth's defeat is happening this Friday when we stream. That super chat sound startled me. I'm sorry. I probably have it too loud. I don't know if there is a way for me to turn that down or not. Where is it at? The volume. There you go. I've reduced the volume on it. It shouldn't scare you next time. It's weird how P4 is the only modern Persona game with no questionable romance H caps. Yeah. Not to mention a state of play rumored for the end of September. Oh, interesting. I didn't know about that. I'll have to look into that. So yeah, all in all, I really do think that part 3 is not like insanely far off, because again, one thing you guys got to know about 7R right now is that essentially they are like fast tracking these games because they're getting easier to produce each one that you do. I don't know if that's like technically the correct way to say it, but they're definitely faster to produce is what I mean. And the reason that they're faster to produce is essentially because Um, they have all the assets done, right? So the hardest game to make was probably remake. And this last game will probably be the easiest, relatively, game to make. Not saying that each game is not bringing like its own challenges, but like the most expensive and time-consuming game to make was remake, was setting all this shit up. And now they just got to put the shit out. Like they just have to they have all the assets, they have the world design. They're mostly just adding content now to an established framework, and the speed in which they're going to be able to make re-trilogy games is, I mean, we're already seeing it with how fast Rebirth came out and how big that game was. And so I think that returns will be pretty crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if Remake 3 is less than half the cost of Rebirth. I wouldn't be either, right? Because think about it, right? All the character models for all the main cast is not a cost for FF7R Part 3. Like it's not even like part of the budget. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already done. They don't have to make Vincent's character model. Vincent's character model is done. They don't have to make Sid. He's already fucking done. Tifa, Barrett, Cloud, they're already done. You don't have to do anything else. They may need more animations, but they're not like they're not having to like make whole character models and stuff like that. Half of the world is done. More than half of the world is done. They're adding new locations like Wutai, right? They're adding like an airship, but they're not like, oh, we need to make the world map. The world map's done for the most part. They just need to plug in a few new locations. They did remake the models for Rebirth, though. Yeah. I don't think they're going to remake the models again for Part 3. That would just be asinine at that point. Did you have a favorite FF7 remake / Rebirth track that was updated? I'm going to give the hottest take on FF7 remake ever. I do not have a favorite track that was updated. I prefer the OG soundtrack. That's not a slight against necessarily. Well, I guess it kind of is. I just prefer the OG soundtrack. I really do, because I like the instruments and the way that Uematsu created like vibes and stuff for the OG. And I don't think that the new soundtrack is bad by any means. I just think that the FF7 OG soundtrack is just a lot more atmospheric and fitting in most cases. And at best, I think that they held up the soundtrack. And at worst, I think that sometimes the newer tracks are kind of worse in some ways. I know that's like probably like the hottest take about 7 stuff ever. But yeah, I just think that like you compare the tracks and just feel like the OG tracks just kind of got. Don't get me wrong, I do like a lot of the new tracks, but I think a lot of them sound more like Final Fantasy X or 13's music and not like FF7's music, if that makes sense. Like it sounds like FF10 or 13. To be fair, it is FF13's music team. Yeah, I know, and it sounds like that. But FF13's music is like the polar opposite of Final Fantasy VII's music. Which is why Re-Trilogy's soundtrack is kind of like it's here and there for me, because it does not sound like 7 music to me. It is objectively a great soundtrack, don't get me wrong. But it sometimes is not like, it sometimes does not sound like 7. Artificial sound is not good. Brother, I want you to go to an EDM festival. I want you to hop on the mic, Josh, and I want you to tell everyone at that EDM festival that artificial sound is not good. But also, if you love Uematsu's music, he loves the synth. So I would disagree with that. But also, I felt like synth music is like really like really fitting for FF7, right? Like if we're talking about Mako reactors, right? And we're talking about like how a Mako reactor should sound. A Mako reactor should sound like synth to me. Like I don't think a Mako reactor should sound like not synth. While we have Kyle Bosman behind me. Like I do think that like a Mako reactor should sound like this like really eerie synth sound. But also like Genova's theme is also synth for like that same kind of like purpose, right? It's like way more synth sounding. Like, right? Like but I'll give you like kind of an example of like what I mean. So like if you listen to, and this is like, okay. In Remake, you have this, right? Oh wait, is this Remake Susty? I never hear this version play. I'm thinking about this version that plays that I don't like. And I'm just like, you know? Anyway. And I'm just like, man, the oppressed, like, the kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, no, play the Wall Market theme? Okay. Wall Market theme, FF7. Yeah, this is the one they used. Wait, no, that's the original. This is what they changed the Oppressed to. And then they use like this goofy version of Oppressed for the thieves that you take care of. And here's the thing, okay. This is a really great, that's a really great song. That's a really great song for Final Fantasy X. And that is also a really great song for Final Fantasy 13. But that song makes no sense in FF7. Like, that's not how FF7 sounds like, right? So, that's kind of like... But again, I'm not, like, hating on Re-Trilogy's soundtrack, because what are you going to do, right? Like, are you going to make Uematsu come back and compose the whole soundtrack? Like, it's not going to happen. So I don't think there really was a way to make the remake really sound like the OG, because I guess you'd basically be telling a composer to emulate Uematsu, and I just don't think that. I don't think that like, I feel like that's insulting to whoever they have doing that. You know what I'm saying? To be like, yeah, we want you to like come in and just make it sound like Uematsu. But I do like some of the original tracks, like hold on. I think this is a banger. The Valkyrie thing? Yeah. This shit is great. In fact, I'd probably go as far as to say that this is probably like the best, or one of the best original songs on there. Yeah, and I mean, like, if you, for example, okay, I'll tell you like what I mean about like how good the synth is for like being like really immersive. If you listen to like Mako Reactor, we're gonna get the fucking VOD muted. I just realized, but it's okay. You know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, right? It's not bad, but this shit though. This shit is so good, brothers. Oh my god. Yeah, so there's kind of like this otherworldliness to it that I feel like the synth really nailed, that like that you really can't get from like non synth from like real music, like live music. I don't know. I feel like the synth in FF7 like serves such like a valuable narrative purpose. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there shouldn't be like any like live orchestra stuff. I just feel like they should have kept some synth in there, because actually like the synth in itself is like really narratively makes sense, because the Mako reactors, Genova, all this stuff is not fucking, I guess Genova is technically natural, but like it's supposed to feel unnatural and eerie. And then there's just kind of like a communication that only the synth can actually make. And the synth is really fucking good at doing that, right? And the synth is so good at doing that this song is only fucking possible with synth. To me. Right? So, like I said, I don't think that like it should be like, oh, no live musical instruments or anything like that. I just feel like some of the tracks should have been kept synth and some of them not, right? Like more so for remake than rebirth, right? Like I feel like if you're out in the world, it's fine. Like Era's creepy slow head turn, that's Sephiroth? Wait, what do you mean by that? But thank you for the super chat. Yeah, that synth sounds like falling from the stars in the OG thing. You're right, and don't get me wrong, the remake Genova theme is good. Like it's actually very good. But like if you're asking me like what my personal bias is toward, like is definitely toward Now, I say this, but I'm also, and this is where I'll lose some of you, I'm also like a fan of like Reload's music, and I don't think that Reload's music is as bad as like a lot of like Persona 3 purists will say. They're like, well, they ruined Mass Destruction. I'm like, they didn't ruin Mass Destruction. Oh, you're saying that Ghost Aerith is an imposter? So do you believe in Genova Aerith or whatever the theory is? Yeah, so again, I don't think that Re-Trilogy's music is bad by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, I think it's great. I think it's one of the best OSTs of all time. But I just think that like in terms of like what is like more still like iconically FF7 to me is still probably OG's soundtrack. Because I just feel like OG's soundtrack has like a a certain distinctness to it that one I feel like only Uematsu could make. And again, that's no disrespect to Hamauzu whatsoever, because I love Hamauzu's work, especially on Final Fantasy X. But yeah, like OG FF7 and Uematsu's work, I feel like you know, I feel like Hamauzu did like his very best, and that's why so many people love Re-Trilogy's OST. But I just don't think that, at least for me personally, there's any replacing Uematsu's work on the OG, and like you are being clip chimped and RT'd. Stop, please stop right now. The haters aren't gonna like this. I know. Terrible take. Terrible take. Yikes. He fell off. um but I do. And like while I'm at it, while I'm giving bad takes, I'm gonna tell you my ultimate bad take. This is still my favorite version of One Winged Angel. I'm sorry. This still goes crazy, chat. I'm sorry, it does. And again, I know that, like, you know, if you had someone in here like Alex Mcala, he would totally like ratio me and tell me I'm wrong or whatever. But like, there is something psychotic sounding about like the OG. I'm sure that even Uematsu would probably like disagree with me on this. Like, I'm sure he would be like, no, like we actually always meant to do it orchestral or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I still don't care. I still think that this is the best thing to me. I guess still the thing that I personally enjoy the most. I just feel like there's something about like the way the OG sounds that sounds psychotic. Do you at least agree that the remake music fits the trilogy? Yeah, I do. It does. But like, I do think that there is a raw sense of like atmosphere and stuff that the OG has that just the Re-Trilogy tracks don't. Again, it's not something I ever bring up because I don't think it's like the biggest deal per se, if that makes sense. It's not like it's like, oh, it's so bad that like, or like anything. It's not even like remotely close to that. It's just that like, if you ask me the version of most of the tracks I prefer, it's still probably OG because I just like Uematsu and I like his synth shit and I like the atmosphere, if that makes sense. But I think that like part of like why I like what I like about Seven music is like less about the melodic quality of the music and more about the atmospheric quality of the music, if that makes sense. Especially because FF7 has parts of it that are horror-esque, if that makes sense. And so that horror vibe during those moments, or the more atmosphere heavy moments, tend to get like lost in the more orchestral versions, if that makes sense. So like Cloud's theme, for example, right? Like the main theme of FF7, that should be orchestral, right? Like Tifa's theme or Aerith's theme, those should be like orchestra. No question. Full orchestra should be everything that you imagine when it comes to that. But when it comes to the atmospheric, inorganic, like scary stuff, I think it should be synth. Like Genova should be synth. Mako Reactor should be synth. Anything that's like this is kind of unnatural. This is eerie. I feel like should be synth. And like I said, so it's not even like the orchestral themes in the game are bad. Like it's just I just want like more synth and like the weird unsettling stuff. Because I feel like synth is like the goat for creating that like type of like otherworldliness. So in agreement, Night Sky, I've thought the same thing since I played OG. The atmosphere is so important. Yeah. OG has like an atmosphere. Okay, do you guys want to know my greatest nitpick about like I want to brace you with this is not a legitimate criticism. Like whatsoever. Like this is not like they fucking ruined remake with this or anything like that. So I want you to understand that this is not like super fucking serious and like oh my god, I hate remake because of this is not what that is. This is a self-acknowledged nitpick that I understand. I fully like really fully understand why they didn't do it. But I fucking hate it anyway. And I'm really surprised that no modder has ever done anything about this. And I am going to put this out there hoping that a modder does this. For those of you who follow me really closely, this is not going to terribly surprise you. But here it is. I fucking hate this. I know. Like I said, I know. This is technically a nitpick. This does not matter. You're in this elevator for like, you know, like a 2-minute scene. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Yeah, it's just the lift, bro. It's just the elevator. It's not a who cares? I I know. And I agree. I agree. But this is like my biggest nitpick. This is like, okay, listen. The reason they didn't do this is because look how insanely detailed this elevator is, right? They would have had to spend like a whole fucking month of production just like an extra month or two on production just for this fucking elevator. But the reason I like it so much is because you see it very early in the game and it looks like you're getting in this alien spaceship. And even when I think back on like Final Fantasy VII OG, the scenery of this elevator here is still like something that kind of stands out to me about like the opening of the fucking game. It's really cool. It's really unsettling. And the atmosphere that it immediately builds whenever you see that elevator, you're like, oh my God, this game is going to be really like, this game is going to be like nothing I've ever played before. Like that's the thing that I feel like when I see that elevator, and it hits you like really early in the game. That elevator really reflects the 90s anime sci-fi imagery. Yeah, it does. It totally does. And it hits you with atmosphere like immediately. Like I said, I get why they removed it for a remake because that's a lot of time to dedicate to an elevator that you see for a grand total of like 2 minutes. But I do think it'd be cool if some modders like if some modders like went in there and like um uh I don't want to say fixed it, but like you know what I mean. This is one of those cases where the new version makes more sense logically. The elevator doors are big enough to fit a small vehicle, but the old elevator was more visually striking, right? The old elevator was like sci-fi horror, basically. It was really cool. And yeah, that element is... I think you could probably make a case that element has kind of... I don't want to say it's gone or it's dampened. It's been changed. It's different because they do have those horror elements there, but they're not quite the same. The lack of no secret HQ below the pinball in Seventh Heaven bugged me even more. Yeah, they talked about why they changed that, but I can't remember why. Thank you so much, Master Shadowkey. Glad you like the sleeveless. Appreciate it. Yeah, Souls-likes are still really big in Asia in particular. So I don't think that they're going anywhere anytime soon. We are seeing like a hack and slash renaissance, but I don't think that the hack and slash renaissance is going to get rid of Souls games. What I think is going to happen is that you're just going to see more hack and slashes alongside the Souls games rather than one replacing the other. They're just going to coexist. I like Souls games, but the only problem with a lot of Souls games, or a lot of Souls likes, I should say, is that they just aren't on FromSoft's level. I think that if there were a ton of Souls likes that were as good as like what FromSoft makes, then I don't think anyone would have a problem with tons of Souls likes, right? Like if there were tons of games that were on par with the quality of Bloodborne and Elden Ring and Sekiro, I think I would just be like, yeah, get fucked, bro. Like, give me all the Souls likes. I think the problem that people have, though, is that most of these games, or a lot of these games, I should say, that come out, just want to be labeled Souls-like so that people would be like, oh, I like Elden Ring. I'll buy this. Not really living up to the quality of something like Elden Ring. And also, too, a lot of them seem to think that Souls is just about slow combat or something like that, and it's not. It's also about the combat design, the enemy design. It's about the level design. It's about atmosphere, and all these other elements that really get missed when someone tries to come along and make a Souls game. So, yeah. I don't know. I love Souls games, but yeah, the third-party Souls is like not as great. Level design is hugely important for me. Yeah, the level design in something like Bloodborne is like so incredible, and like, I just don't even think that there's too many modern video games that I can even name that come close. Like when you pursue realism, things have to change. Like there is sunlight in the slums now because logically the sun will sometimes be at an angle to actually shine in the slums. In the OG, you never see those angles, and the players can just assume it's always dark, even if that doesn't actually make sense if you think about it for a bit. Yeah. Once you factor in realism, you have to change stuff. So, odd topic, but am I seeing Pac-Man and Sonic Crossworlds? Yeah, I guess we can go ahead and unmute
2025. Now. Thanks for watching.
Because the show's starting.
Please welcome your host, the creator of the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley.
Let me shake myself a little bit.
Guten Abend! Welcome to Gamescom! Wie geht das Deutsch? All right. This is Opening Night Live. Hello, everybody, and this is the kickoff to the biggest games festival in the world right here in Cologne, Germany. We've got over 5,000 fans in the hall here at Cologne Messe tonight. Welcome, everybody. And by the end of the week, more than 300,000 people will walk the show floor, which for the first time has more than 1,500 exhibitors. It turns out that E3 didn't die, it just moved right here to Germany.
Bro.
And of
Leave
course, there
E3
are millions
alone.
more watching live around the world. No matter where you are, we're all connected tonight as one global community to celebrate the art, creativity, and joy of games, from the boldest indies to the biggest blockbusters. Today, the game industry has never been more dynamic. Clever ideas from small teams are breaking through in huge ways. This summer, Peak, a co-op climbing game created by Aggro Crab and Landfall Games, stormed the charts on Steam, and right now I can announce for the first time it has sold over 10 million copies to date. Congratulations to the team.
What the fuck?
And there's also other fun ones, like you guys have probably played Date Everything, a wild dating sim where you can romance a treadmill or a curtain. It's on Steam right now. Check it out. It's sold an estimated 500,000 copies. And all these successes prove something important. Small teams with big ideas can change the industry. And that brings us to one game made by a handful of developers in Australia. For 6 years, Team Cherry has been crafting Hollow Knight's Silksong. It is highly anticipated and Steam's most wish-listed game. Well, tonight, I can finally definitively tell you that Silksong is 100% actually launching this year.
Wow.
And behind me, you're seeing some brand new Silksong gameplay, the first extended look since the last trailer in 2022. And starting tomorrow, you guys here at Gamescom can play a demo at the Nintendo and Xbox booths. There you go, Silksong is real.
Wow. About time. Silksong fans can finally rest. Yeah, I know.
And on Thursday, Team Cherry is going to be sharing some news as part of a YouTube premiere on their channel, so make sure to check that out. Tonight, we'll give you a first look at this holiday's biggest games, like Call of Duty Black Ops 7 and Ghost of Yotei, plus major news on Prime Video's Fallout Season 2 arriving in December. And later, we'll have a special performance of the music of Claire Obscure Expedition 33, one of this year's most celebrated games developed right here in Europe. Plus, a brand new look at Resident Evil Requiem from Capcom, and the world premiere of the opening cinematic from World of Warcraft Midnight from Blizzard.
Okay.
Now, as always,
Should be a pretty
O&L
good
is
show.
also about surprises, and we do have multiple brand new AAA game announcements and reveals
Multiple
over
brand
the
new
next 2
AAA.
hours, so stick around right until the end. This is our biggest opening night live we've ever done, so let's not waste another second. It all begins with this.
What is this?
It brings me such satisfaction to see you here. A witness to my work. You will know fear.
They want you afraid. Fear makes you easier to control. It's time to wake up.
Your streets.
Black Ops 7?
Red with your blood.
Raul Menendez ignited global unrest on an unprecedented scale.
Menendez is a
2035?
terrorist. We're bringing peace and security to the world.
He refuses to let me go.
Stop looking backwards, David. What matters is what we do next.
If this is 2035, why does it look like 2077? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little too advanced.
real. The hell it ain't!
That's where the copyright comes in. So we'll mute. I know you guys are so Tokyo. What the fuck? Alaska? I gotta admit, though, this is actually the coolest looking Call of Duty that I've seen. Maybe ever, actually. But I think it's because it has, like, a interesting angle to it. It looks a lot different than like the usual Call of Duty slop. So.
Get the Reznov Challenge Pack when you pre-order now.
But why is this 2035, right? Like, that's what I don't get. This looks way more advanced than where we're going to be in 10 years.
Of course, Dead Ops Arcade as well, and it looks like we also have an official date. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 releases on November 14th. And to tell us more, please welcome Miles Leslie from Treyarch and Natalie Pohorsky from Raven to Opening Night Live.
Of course, they use Metallica's song about drug addiction to sell the game just because it sounds cool. Lyrics don't fit the game, but who cares, I guess, yeah. 2035 is like tomorrow.
Hello, guys.
I know.
Congratulations on the reveal. Welcome, Miles and Natalie to Opening Night Live.
Thanks for having us. We're very excited to finally talk about this game.
Yeah, excited. Let's get into it.
All right. Well, that trailer was obviously intense. Black Ops is back. Twisted world of Black Ops as always, and it looks like you're definitely pushing the envelope again.
Absolutely, Jeff. It's been a long road, and we're thrilled to finally be sharing what we've been building. Black Ops 7's got a bold vision of the future. We're diving into 2035, and it's a future that feels real, just out of reach, but it's twisted in only the ways Black Ops could. And, you know, you come to expect what you got there. It's a world of fear. The shadows
Who's the character
are gone.
on the screen?
Nothing
Go
is
back.
what it seems.
Yeah, 2035 setting. So the question is, you know, we're wondering, how does Menendez, how does this all fit into the Black Ops timeline?
Yeah, so we're pulling threads from Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 6, but don't worry, don't get it twisted. This is a beast of its own, Black Ops 7. We're stepping into a world spiraling from the return
Black Ops 2
of
is
Raul
based in
Menendez
2025, so it makes sense for it to be ridiculous like this to their
All right,
timeline.
well,
okay.
I'm curious who the protagonist is, so you can tell us who's stepping into the light in this game.
Yeah, David Mason returns, but he is not the same. He's carrying deep scars. Some you can see, some you can't. And he's got a new team with him, and every mission, every move is a test.
Now, what makes the story stand apart? Yeah.
We're also introducing the Guild.
Yes.
Important to mention, a global tech force that claims to be humanity's last line of defense against this mysterious threat. And their CEO, Emma Kagan, is a visionary leader with a clear mission, but how she chooses to confront this crisis is often at odds with David and his team. So it's not a battle of good versus evil, it's a clash of philosophies. What kind of future are we building, and who gets to decide?
All right, so some deep thoughts there. So yeah, tell us about, how does this story stand apart this time?
It's the characters.
Okay.
So the story is about identity, memory, and consequence.
Oh,
And
this
we've
is just like
crafted
Final
this
Fantasy
cast
VII, bro.
Pieces of a puzzle. So each one has a
Black
reason
Ops
to
7.
be there, and
Let's
each one
go.
brings something unique to the table. And we've also got our central city of Avalon, which is more than just a backdrop. It's a living, breathing space that evolves with the player. And it's also where our story roots take hold.
All right, well, one thing we want to talk about is gameplay, and I understand you're doing a co-op campaign for this one?
That's right. From the start, we wanted to make a bold change with the campaign. Black Ops 7 can be played solo or up to 4 players. It's a shared experience, and every mission has been handcrafted for variety. Tone, pacing, gameplay location. You're going to be running on the rooftops of Japan, exploring the Mediterranean coast, and then diving deep into the human psyche. All of it has been crafted to really add clues to the story and offer their own gameplay focus.
Wow, so wild story, co-op campaign, you are definitely pushing boundaries this time.
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
co-op campaign is
Black Ops
tight.
7 is
I
all
agree.
about innovation across the entire game, and not just in gameplay, but in how we tell stories, how we connect players, and how we build worlds. And this is just the beginning. There's more to come at Call of Duty Next, including multiplayer and zombies. But for now, we hope you guys are excited to step into something new and experience something truly unforgettable.
Amazing. All right, Call of Duty Black Ops 7, thanks so much, guys. And now, here's a behind-the-scenes look from the rest of the Call of Duty development team. Thanks, guys.
I feel like I say this every
Black Ops 7
like
brings an all-new way to play the
game
Call of Duty
conference
campaign.
for
This
like the
time, you're not
past
going in
decade and a
alone.
half.
You have the option this year.
But we're spending a little bit too much time on Call of Duty, in my opinion.
And there's a whole bunch of adventure even after the story.
For solo players, we really make sure that they can engage in the campaign the way they want to and feel like they're truly playing a Black Ops story.
What's going to be fun is having each player in your squad gravitate towards their own play style and then really playing off of each other.
We've crafted this as an inherently social mode that features the amazing linear Call of Duty missions that our community loves.
Mission variety is at the core of the Black Ops 7 campaign. The pacing shifts between high-intensity combat, stealth-driven objectives, and deeply
I hate to say it, but this
psychological
shit kinda
sequences
looks
that
tight,
challenge
bro.
your
Like,
perception of reality.
it actually
Avalon
does look kind of
serves
cool.
as
I'm
the
not gonna
narrative's
lie.
anchor throughout, but the campaign stretches far beyond its borders, both geographically and thematically.
This is the most
It's
interesting
dynamic
a
and
Call
full
of Duty game has
opportunities
ever
to
looked to
explore,
me.
experiment, and experience the story in new ways.
And in the culmination of the co-op campaign, we're unleashing something bold.
Have you ever
The
played a
endgame.
Call of Duty?
It's a proving ground to put
I'm
everything
fucking
you've mastered
sloth
throughout the
normally,
campaign to the
but
test. The endgame is a brand new PvE
maybe I
social
will play
experience
this
where
shit,
you and your
'cause it does
squad
look
will
kinda
need to
tight.
survive overwhelming odds, adapt under pressure, and break the rules of what you thought a campaign could be. Each run is a new step in your power journey as you wield personalized abilities and face unexpected challenges. And here, all of Avalon opens up.
It gives us a lot of freedom to have some fun with the gameplay mechanics, player movement. Players really can turn the map into their playground.
This is your chance to explore the world beyond the mission.
That's just a quick look at what's to come with the campaign. Every mode of this game is built with the intention to deliver the best possible experience to our players. So whether you're a Call of Duty veteran or new blood, there's something for you in Black Ops 7.
Okay, appreciate you. I'll turn it down just a little bit. And then...
All right, for much more on Call of Duty Black Ops 7, make sure to watch the full-length Black Ops 7 Direct and tune in to Call of Duty Next on September 30th. Still to come, we'll have news
Turn
on
me up. There we
Fallout
go.
Season 2 and the announcement of a brand new game from adventure game legend Ron Gilbert. I grew up
Okay,
playing
how's
these
that
games.
balancing?
I can't wait to show you
I
his
swear.
next unexpected creation a little bit later. All right, who's ready for our first brand new game announcement of the night? I figured you'd feel that way. Well, to do the honors, please welcome back to ONL one of the most respected and recognizable hosts in esports. She's my co-host, Shox.
Hi everyone, thank you so much, Jeff. It is so great to be back here at Gamescom and ONL. I just had so much fun last year that I had to run it back. And let me just say, we have an unbelievable show for you tonight. And now without further ado, it's time for our first new game announcement at ONL. Please enjoy.
Our gods have forsaken us for fear of the coming darkness.
Kratos? No. Sounds like his voice. No. Is this fucking Lords of the Fallen 2? Because I think they were teasing that on Twitter. Or Lord of the Fallen, whichever it was, the Souls-like game.
So I ask you, will you harness this darkness within and deliver unto our so-called lords retribution.
That looks like a Sin Eater. I'm a very big fan of the design.
But should you fall, the world...
This is so Shadowbringers coded. So I'm pretty sure this is Lord of the Fallen too. Which is insane, by the way, because the first game,
Lords of the Fallen 2.
It is Lords of the Fallen 2.
Now.
But that's crazy, because didn't the first game, like, barely break even?
Now. All right, Lords of the Fallen 2 is official, set 100 years after the last game, as a fragile veil between the living and the dead begins to tear. CI Games promises a sequel that's bloodier, faster, and more brutal than ever. With more aggressive combat and new boss battles, your first look at gameplay will arrive later this year. All right, now for something completely different. This next game won Game of the Year at the Game Awards and comes from one of the most celebrated studios on the planet. Next year, it's making the leap to become a major anime. And tonight, we're breaking the news.
Elden Ring?
Exclusive first look.
Oh, Sekiro, that's right. Sekiro is getting an anime. Fuck yes, let's go! I don't know about the animation. Yeah, I don't know about the animation. But... the art and animation looks unfinished. It looks horrendously unfinished, honestly. Sekiro, no defeat, coming exclusively to Crunchyroll. Oh.
Looks awesome.
That is,
all right.
Looks
We're
awesome.
Started. Our next
I say this as a Sekiro fan.
Hero who needs no introduction. A true
that animation was rough,
of
dude.
Justice and gadgets.
The art style is fine, but the problem was the animation itself. I felt like it looks really kind of rough. Maybe stiff? I don't know. I'm still going to be watching, don't get me wrong.
I need to become
like
a symbol.
I fucking love Sekiro, so I will be watching, make no mistake. I've seen the new Batman, but I have not seen the new Superman, which I am told is very good. So I look forward to seeing that.
Serious. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. I'm allergic to nuts.
Who's the man behind the mask?
Darkness is your ally. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by... Ah! Who put that there?
He stepped on a Lego. Guys. What are the chances for RE9? 120%. It's like hard confirmed.
The Bat is back. Please welcome the head of Lego Batman development team, Jonathan Smith. Jonathan, welcome to ONL. All right, so after the huge success with Lego Star Wars, you guys are returning to Lego Batman?
We are so thrilled to reveal this game tonight for the first time to you all and to the world.
Yep.
What are the chances of Parasite Eve 3?
At
Brother,
Gamescom, you will be able
talk
to
sense
play
in the chat.
Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight.
Wow. Pretty amazing. All right, well, there will be a demo on the show floor for everyone. Now, let's break down that trailer because we see so many fan favorite references, to films and things like that. So what is the story of this game?
This is the definitive, essential Batman story. We take you on Bruce Wayne's epic journey from origin to legend. You'll train with the League of Shadows. You'll fight crime on the streets of Gotham. And as the years go by, you'll establish your ultimate legacy as the Dark Knight. We've incorporated iconic moments and deep-cut references from decades of Batman movies, TV shows, comics, and games.
This guy has so much enthusiasm and energy for this. You can tell he believes in this shit.
Well, we cannot wait for it. Let's also talk about the combat, because we've got some real gameplay here of the combat, and I gotta say, feels like you're really amping things up here this time.
Oh, the team has created a really rich, deep combat system that's authentic to Batman's unique style. So, surrounded by enemies, you'll pull off powerful attacks, counters, and takedowns. You'll use cool gadgets like batarangs to stun enemies and the Batclaw to reel them in. For the first time, we've added difficulty levels, Caped Crusader and Dark Knight mode for those who want an extra challenge. And you'll build a new Bat family of allies as you're
What are the
joined by
odds of Final
playable
Fantasy X
partner
remake over the
characters
next
like
10
Jim
years?
Gordon,
Not
Catwoman,
0
Robin,
for sure.
Batgirl, each with their own gear, which you'll need.
It's definitely something they can do in a single game.
Gallery of villains from Joker, Penguin, and many more, including the mighty Bane, as you saw in the trailer, voiced by the incredible Matt Berry.
Oh my God, I cannot wait to see what you're packing into this game. It also looks like you have a bit of is it an open world Gotham? Is that fair to say?
Sure, that's right. Gotham is a playground, a Lego playground where you're free to explore. You can grapple from rooftop to rooftop, glide over the streets, or cruise around in your choice of Batmobile. This game has it all.
I think you've sold me on it. All right, John. I'm pretty hyped about it. It will be here playable, as we mentioned, for all you here in Germany. You can play Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight for the first time starting tomorrow on the Gamescom show floor. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Awesome. All right, now over to Shots with our next new game announcement exclusively on ONL.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Indeed, I find myself here in the audience. There we go. I find myself here in the audience. Thank you so much, Jeff. And some of the best fans at ONL. So is everybody having fun?
Whoa.
We're just getting started. Still to come, we have an amazing musical performance from Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I can hardly wait. And also a new look at Resident Evil Requiem, as well as a bunch of other surprises. I know what you guys are excited for. I can hear it. But now it's time for a new game announcement. A long-awaited sequel that fans have been eager to see for nearly a decade.
We have fought the enemies of humanity.
Kingdom Hearts 4.
No respite, no remorse, no mercy. We are the wrath of the Emperor, his angels of death.
Woo, so much fun. I know.
Our foes rise to drag us down, and the galaxy has been torn asunder. On the world of Kronos, we make our stand. We are the Blood Ravens. There is no victory to claim here. Only vengeance to enact. Whilst even one of us lives, we fight. For only in death does duty end.
Two centuries after the last great conflict, the battle for Kronos begins again in Dawn of War 4 with 4 playable factions and over 70 missions. Dawn of War 4 is coming in 2026 to PC. All right, now it's time for an unexpected update from the Monster Hunter Wilds team about a very special crossover event.
With Final Fantasy. Nah, I'm just playing. Here comes the Chocobo. Oh shit! Oh shit, I was joking! 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 No way! It was a joke! I was kidding! Omega? Oh, it's Omega! Late September, let's go!
All right, to tell us more, it is my great honor to welcome 2 very special guests together on stage. Ryozo-san from Capcom and Yoshi P from Square Enix.
What?
Mono will translate for us. Well, guys, it's great to have you both together here at Gamescom. Ryozo-san, what can you tell us about this collaboration?
Hey, thank you, Jay. ドイツの皆さん、配信をご覧の皆さん、こんにちは。今日ですね、このファイナルファンタジー14との特別なコラボレーションを発表できたことを本当に嬉しく思ってます。
Happy we could finally announce this collaboration between Monster Hunter Wilds and FF14.
Online. Today we're very excited to announce a special collaboration with Final Fantasy XIV.
ですね、モンスターハンターワールドの時にもコラボさせてもらったんですけど、その時もですね、吉田さんとまたちょっと機会あったらどっかでやれたらいいですねみたいな話をしてたんですけど、今回それが実現しました。今日お見せした、映像はですね、まだ一部でして、詳細は、来月皆様にお伝えできると思いますので、そちらの方を注目していただけたらと思います。あとですね、今回もですね、吉田さんと、スクエアエニックスのスタッフの皆さん、本当に全面協力していただいたことをですね、感謝してます。吉田さん、ありがとうございます。はい、でここからですね、ぜひ吉田さんにバトンタッチして感想をいただけたらと思っております。
After our collaboration in Monster Hunter World, I remember talking to Yoshida-san and discussing how much we wanted to do it again, and now we're very thrilled to make it happen. What we showed you is just a little glimpse of what's to come, so please look out for more information that's coming next month. But of course, Yoshida-san and the Square Enix team have been working just as hard with us on this special collaboration. So I'd like to not only thank him, but turn it over to him to share some thoughts.
Guten Tag, Gamescom! まずはこのような素敵な場所に招いていただいたジェフさん、それから我々にね、いつも本当にたくさんのインスピレーションをくれる良三さん、それからカプコンの開発チーム、そして何よりゲームファンの皆さん、本当にありがとうございます。
Guten Tag, Gamescom. First of all, I'd like to thank Jeff for having us here and Ryozo-san for all the inspiration, the Capcom team for working on this special collaboration, and to everyone enjoying our games. Thank you so much.
まあ今、良三さんの方からもちょっとご紹介いただきましたけど、まあモンスターハンターワールドの時にもご一緒させていただいて、今回それに引き続き第2弾ということで、モンスターハンターワイルズとも我々クロスオーバーと呼んでですね、全面協力して、コンテンツ開発してきました。
As Ryozo-san mentioned, we worked together on Monster Hunter World, and we wanted to make it happen again, and it's happening for Monster Hunter Wilds. We would call it a crossover, and we're very happy to make this happen with all of our efforts joined together.
もちろんクロスオーバーですので、ファイナルファンタジー14側にも、スペシャルなバトルコンテンツご用意しております。今日は、先ほどねティーザートレーラーとして、モンスターハンターワイルズ側の映像を見ていただきましたが、我々もちょっとだけ映像をご用意して。
Basically, he's saying that Monster Hunter Wild stuff is coming to 14
crossover collaboration, not only Monster Hunter Wilds, but Final Fantasy XIV would also be having a special collaboration content inside it. Outside of the trailer we just saw, Final Fantasy XIV has also prepared a short trailer to show you what you can get.
Wow, all right. Well, thank you so much. Ryozo-san, Yoshida-san, here's the trailer.
Cool, I think.
Something brought us back to this place. Something that knows us.
Yeah, because we did have 14 twice in a row, right?
Knows the rules.
But I guess they couldn't do like the collaboration both ways.
Place, after all.
Otherwise.
Look around you. They can see you. Do you believe this is real?
Why not make it FF11? Because they're not adding new content to FF11.
It's a test.
Not major new content.
But do you ever ask yourself, what are we here for? We're here to play.
What is this? Oh. NSP, how did you get so good at understanding Japanese? I still would not say that I'm great by any stretch of the imagination. I'm okay.
Welcome
but
to the world's biggest gaming playground.
I just study every single day, basically. I listen to videos in Japanese. I do flashcards every day.
Discover rising stars at Gamescom,
and I've done that every day for like 3 years.
So
on-site
or online.
That's how I
Join.
have gotten to
Become
this
the
point.
hero. Experience live shows, esports battles, and creator events in the Gamescom event arena.
So
Not
just
in
study.
Cologne? Go to
Flashcards,
Gamescom.global.
YouTube,
Stream the highlights on Gamescom now.
play
Vote
games
the
in
Gamescom
Japanese when
award,
you can.
Or dive into our Gamescom studio on Twitch and YouTube. And of course, we're here to play. Join the fun in our community RPG, Gamescom Epics.
Do you
Loot
eat in
awaits.
Japanese too? Yes, I eat
We
itadakimasu every single time, bro.
Gamescom runs on 100% renewable energy and puts accessibility first. The whole city
Boring, you
joins
should have
in
said
at
your
the Gamescom
understanding of
City
Japanese all
Festival.
came
It
to
doesn't
you in a
stop
dream
there.
or something?
The whole world comes
Bro, you're
together.
right.
Not only
That's
here in
exactly
Cologne, but also at Gamescom Latam, Gamescom Asia.
That's exactly how it happened. Nomura came to me in a dream and he was like, bro, you now have the power of Japanese. Just speak it and it is yours. And I was like, oh shit. Thanks, Nomura. Where's Kingdom Hearts 4 at? And then he just disappears.
That was only a glimpse of what is to come here at Gamescom, the biggest playground in the world, and what it has in store for you. We're here to play, and the fun is just getting started. So, Jeff, what's next? Is it anything good?
I think it's going to be good. It's going to be a video game, I can tell you that much. Last year at the Game Awards, we had the honor of announcing the long-awaited return of one of Capcom's most iconic action series, Onimusha.
And tonight, we take the next step on that journey. Here's a brand new look at Onimusha, Way of the Sword, coming in 2026.
Oh shit, okay.
Where are my manners? Hello there, fallen samurai.
To think something like this was right under the city. What fearsome power! Be careful!
Oh, righteous! And after everything you and your awful kind put him through, too. Were you feeling left out? Here, let me show you something to cheer you up.
Oh, this looks awesome.
New ways controlling this lightning.
Oh, very nice parries.
I'm terribly sorry. Anyway, do enjoy.
This game looks so fucking good, man. Cap God at it again.
The automated industry complex will be the link, connecting and uniting every fragment of this shattered world. This is the driving force that will keep us going. Continuous improvement is essential for keeping pace with advancements in technology. Endfield. They don't simply talk about our dreams. We do what we can to make them a reality.
What is this?
All operators accounted for. The team is ready for the mission.
Please don't be gacha? Come on now. Come on now. You know, and I know what this is. Endfield. Yeah, coming to the App Store. It's a gacha. I'm like, you knew it was a gacha when you didn't see a single male character in the whole game. Oh, it's not Civilization? That's crazy. I thought it was Civilization. Nah, bro, I thought it was Civilization 2. You're good.
This will truly be the birth of a new world. A world where we are the one and only human race.
I'm afraid your friends came far too late.
I see the years haven't been kind. I know about the Alpha. Why is she here?
This shit looks kind of interesting.
You tore my heart out when you took him from me.
It reminds me of Xenoblade.
Stay alert now.
Hand over the Alpha and let us end this war.
Oh, Mother. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mother. It's kind of bad. All right. September 5th. I may or may not be seated. Is this the Grums game? No, wait, never mind. It looks good and completed. Yeah. If it has a release date on it, you know for a fact it's not the Grums game.
A way out is here. I can feel it.
You guys having fun so far? We got a lot of shows still coming your way. All right, now it is time to head back into the wasteland. We're talking about the TGA award-winning Fallout series based on Bethesda's legendary RPG franchise.
Shit.
Season 1 earned
I love this
universal
show.
praise for its tone, storytelling, and original characters, not to mention how faithfully it brought Bethesda's game world to life. Well, later this year, the series returns to Prime Video for Season 2. To tell us more, please welcome to ONL some very special guests. Series executive producer Jonathan Nolan, executive producer Geneva Robertson-Dorrit, and stars Ella Purnell and Aaron Moten.
That's fair. I mean, Gamescom is always kind of a 6 out of 10 show, you know? You kind of like sign up for that with Gamescom.
Hi, everybody. Great to see you all. Welcome to Cologne and Gamescom. Jonah, you know, we've got 5,000 Fallout fans here in the hall tonight, millions more watching online, and we can't wait to hear about the new season.
Yeah, we're very excited. We literally just wrapped, jumped on a plane, and came out to see you guys. Gamescom is actually really kind of where it started for us, the journey on this show. It was 2 years ago.
Nikki, thank
we
you.
asked Todd
I
Howard
appreciate that.
to come here and show the very first footage that anyone had seen anywhere of the first season. We didn't come because we figured if the reception was negative, we'd just blame it on Todd. So we're back, and given that history, it's that much more disappointing that we didn't bring any footage to show you guys.
Well, let's talk a bit about Season 2. As we see behind us, it looks like we're headed to New Vegas, right, Janelle?
Yes, Lucy and the Ghoul ended last season dealing with a lot of family troubles. So we thought it would only be right to send them to the most family-friendly town in the wasteland to go deal with their shit. And along the way, we're really excited to take them all to some of our favorite locations from the game.
Oh my God, yeah, it's such a classic game, and we're very excited to see what you have in store for us for Season 2. Ella, it's great to see you again. Thanks for coming out to Cologne.
Hello.
Last time we saw you was at Game Awards when Fallout won Best Adaptation. You were up against yourself in Arcane, and you won for Fallout. Congratulations. We want to talk about Lucy's journey in Season 2. You know, how do you think her exposure to the Wasteland is going to sort of affect her Vulture sensibilities this time?
Yes, the question is, what is she gonna do when she finds her dad? Is she gonna bring him back to her vault and give him justice?
I love her.
Or is she gonna give him wasteland justice, which is the ghouls' justice? I think a central question of the
Yo, I
season
always forget
is
she's
whether
British.
Lucy will transform the ghoul, or whether the ghoul will transform Lucy, and
Her and like Tom Holland, and then they talk.
Okay, I like
And then I'm
it.
like,
Aaron,
oh
let's
yeah.
talk a bit about Maximus. He went through quite an evolution last season. Now that Lucy and Ghoul are kind of heading to New Vegas, tell us about Maximus. How does he get deeper into the Brotherhood of Steel this season?
So deep.
Yes.
So
Tell
deep,
us more.
Jeff.
Yeah, when we first met Maximus, all he wanted was to be a knight. And now, in very Fallout fashion, it's a little bit of a careful what you wish for moment. So here he is now with his newfound status, trying to make the world a better place in extremely, or I guess deeply flawed society.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, well, we cannot wait to see what you guys have in store for season 2. Let's talk a bit about Ghoul. Can we expect more sort of Cooper Howard flashbacks as well in season 2?
Yes, absolutely. Cooper Howard and the Ghoul, played by the amazing Walton Goggins, definitely coming back. We have so much more to do. Obviously, we ended the last season with Cooper Howard dealing with, I think, a very common marriage problem. What do you do when you find out your spouse is planning nuclear war? And so he's going to figure that out. And as he does, he's going to uncover a greater conspiracy with huge implications for the Wasteland.
All right, well, we'll look forward to seeing how that unravels. Now, season 1, of course, was known for amazing original characters that you guys built in the Fallout world. We thought that was so cool. But now that you're diving a little more directly into New Vegas, I think the fans here want to know, are we going to see any more direct ties to the video game and characters, locations in this season?
Well, we're super proud of the original story that Geneva and Graham are telling. But there was one character in particular from New Vegas that I was really excited at the possibility of seeing a little bit more from. We're writers, we're no good at describing this stuff. Maybe we should, pictures worth 1,000 words?
Oh.
I think so.
Okay, all right. Well, it sounds like then we might get to hear a little bit more Seal season 2. Is that possible tonight?
Well, I don't know, Jeff. I heard you like world premieres.
We like those, right, guys? Right, Gamescom?
Gamescom. All right, Gamescom. Here's a world premiere of our teaser trailer for season 2 of Fallout, streaming this December on Fallout Prime Video all over the world.
Amazing. All right, let's check it out. Thanks so much, guys. Here we go.
Didn't the guy earlier said they didn't bring any footage? Or am I tripping?
Common story around here. Someone you care about or someone you hate?
Oh, what a great question. What say you, Miss McClane?
Why would my dad go to Las Vegas?
You want to know why the world ended? It started here with one man.
It's all over.
No, not the music. Not the music, chat.
Very best at what I do.
I'll try to like unmute when the dialogue happens.
Know everything. I know there's a war coming. The bombs will only be the beginning. My concern is that you would do just about anything to save your family. I think you are actually quite a violent man. You just don't want to kill me yet.
No, I hate licensed music. But damn, this looks so good.
Let's get lucky, shall we?
Man, I can't wait for this, actually. I loved the first season.
I defer to you about what to do in this situation.
Yeah, I can't wait.
about that? That looks incredible. Deathclaw, of course, in our first look at the new season, and Robert House is Jonathan Tease, played by Justin Theroux. It is an amazing Gamescom exclusive, and we've got another one for you. The first drop of the all-new Season 2 posters. We cannot wait to see what Lucy, Maximus, and the Ghoul have in store for us when Fallout Season 2 begins December 17th, with new episodes premiering weekly on Prime Video. All right, now back to you, Shox.
Thank you so much. That looks so awesome. I can't wait. But last year, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was acclaimed for its incredible gameplay and story. And next month, the adventure continues with The Order of Giants, a story expansion with new puzzles and foes. Here is your first look at the gameplay and a special announcement.
What do you know about the legend of the Nameless Crusader?
Fierce warrior. Fought in the siege of Antioch, 1097 AD. Very tall, like a giant.
Pope Paul IV had an item of this crusader in his possession, his helmet.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I see the helmet, I'll leave it exactly as I found it. Sound good? Oops. Go way, way back. Worshipped by the Mithras cult.
I can't believe you dare to investigate this.
Impressive for a snake. It says Semper Vivus. Always living. Not dead. He's not in a tomb.
Cool. Oh, nice.
Indiana Jones and the Order of Giants is coming on September 4th, and as we just announced, it will also be released on Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026. Yeah, you can clap, of course. Now, let's step into the world of Deadpool. First announced at Summer Game Fest, here is the latest trailer for Deadpool
Don't be shy.
VR, which reveals more of the villains and the release date.
My massive, galaxy-spanning streaming network is expanding.
Nice imagery.
To score eyeballs, I need talent.
Now that is efficient exposition.
The biggest, baddest bastards recruited across time and space. They require persuasion.
Look who it is.
Oh, there goes the copyright. Say, let me just breathe once. Now, Blitz actually got to play this game, I believe, at like maybe Summer Games Fest or something like that, and he actually said this was good. Yo, please stop. Please stop with the copyrighted music.
Yeah, that's right. Mojo is in Deadpool VR 2, voiced by John Leguizamo. Now, on to this next world premiere.
Okay, there goes more copyrighted music. Unlike the music that is playing is like so hardcore and doesn't even match like what's going on. Like it's literally just tanks driving. And I'm just like, yo, what's supposed to be? Like, okay. The numbers on like copyrighted music must be like incredible, right? Because otherwise I'm just like... Okay. Movie trailers do this a lot too, and I hate it. Just grab a popular tune that people already like, and people will associate your trailer with fun automatically.
Lands
Yeah.
September 3rd.
Oh, it
This is
sucks,
the
man.
biggest update in the game's history, featuring 16 tier 11 tanks and tons of new and upgraded features.
Absolutely. All right, next.
I feel like they should have a
Saber
separate
and
stream of these
Focus
shows that
delivered
are
Space
streamer friendly
Marine
and have the
2,
music
one of the
taken
most
out.
fun action games of
Yeah,
the
dude,
generation.
I know.
Next year,
Like,
they're set to
that's
do
what
it
I've been
again
like hopeful for a
John
long time,
Carpenter's
but
Toxic Commando. This
no
FPS
one's
action
done it.
game combines classic 80s action horror with over-the-top humor.
But this is the way that most people consume these like shows now, right? They don't watch them natively. They watch them through a streamer that they like reacting to them.
Improvise.
Oh god. Is this copyrighted music?
You see my new toy?
Liar, liar! Zombie on fire!
Oopsie!
They're wrecking our ride!
Could use some help now.
I need some first. Can you all please cover me?
Why does part of this game's art direction remind me of DMC5 of all things? A little bit. Not sure if copyright sounds like generic synthwave. It does. It so does.
Super fun. All right, our next reveal comes from a true legend of game design, Ron Gilbert, the mind behind Monkey Island, Maniac Mansion, so many other classic games that defined the golden age of point-and-click adventure games in the 80s and 90s. I loved those games growing up. Well, now Ron is back with something completely new and completely unexpected. It's called Death by Scrolling, a roguelike, vertically scrolling RPG set in purgatory where you'll battle waves of enemies, hoard gold, and do everything you can to stay one step ahead of the Grim Reaper herself. Here's the first ever look.
20 years ago, this would have been a Flash game. So true. I miss Flash games, bro. Do you remember when like free games were like actually free? Like for real? They were like games that were just free?
It's very fun. I've actually been playing this game over the past few weeks, and trust me, it is dangerously addictive. The screen, as you can see, never stops moving, so you're constantly on the move fighting to stay alive. A really fun game. Make sure to check it out. All right, now onto a studio known for its unforgettable storytelling. Back in 2019, the groundbreaking RPG Disco Elysium took home 4 Game Awards. Since then, Zaum, the studio behind it, has been through a host of changes, but tonight, 6 years later, those who now make up the studio are ready to give the world the very first look at their next CRPG. It's a dive into the shadowy world of espionage, where the truth can be stranger than fiction, and every failure isn't the end, but the start of a new path.
Oh, shit.
I once knew a spy. Brilliant. Relentless. Magnetic. Her name was Herschel. Dark gold hair, a well-worn life beneath. A dandelion puff, waiting to be blown.
Yeah, I thought this studio was cooked. Like, I thought it was done.
For us, none of it mattered in the end. Everything she touched rippled into failure.
What is CRPG? Computer RPG.
Now, let's talk about Gamescom Cares, our platform for responsibility projects here at Gamescom that we hold very close to our hearts. This year, we are giving the stage to highlight one of the many great initiatives. It's dedicated to all the games promoting democracy. We invited a developer to learn more about it, and I'm here with Jörg Friedrich, CEO of Paint Bucket Games from Germany. Hello, tell us about the game you made, The Darkest Files.
Hi, thank you. In The Darkest Files, we tell the true story of Fritz Bauer, who was persecuted by the Nazis and forced
I always
to
thought
Germany
CRPG meant card-based RPG.
only
No.
to return after the war to fight them with the sharpest sword
No,
of
like,
democracy, the rule of law.
Means
It
computer.
shows how quickly a
It's a
constitutional
reference
state can become an
to
unjust
how computer
state and how
RPGs
this
were
leads to darkness. But it also shows that we
distinct
cannot
from
simply
like
stand by and
tabletop
watch. When this
or
happens,
console
we must take
RPGs.
action.
Indeed. There are other examples like your game playable here at Gamescom, such as Glass House by Flat 28 Collective from Italy, a story-rich CRPG set
CRPG is essentially synonymous with Western RPG. So it basically means almost the same thing.
About a post-colonial country from the perspective of a government official worker. So, Jörg, can you tell us why these games are so important and so impactful?
Well, games are more than entertainment. Like any great art form, they reflect our concerns, our fears, our hopes, and what preoccupies us. Democracy is under attack right now. Minority rights are being violated, and the world is becoming increasingly interconnected. So games are a powerful medium for addressing these issues, and they have the potential to inspire change. I am glad that not only are many people in the global games industry engaging in projects like this, but also more and more institutions like the European Commission or the United Nations.
A very important message. Thank you so much, Jörg. And of course,
They're gonna be like, it's
thank you
woke.
to all of the dedicated developers around the world who put so much heart and soul into those games.
They're gonna
making
call
the
it a
world
woke game,
better.
chat.
Please check them out, everyone, and check out all the great initiatives of Gamescom.
Yeah, JRPGs used to
We
be
have
called
much more
console
Gamescom
RPGs, and
ONL
Western
to come
RPGs
next.
used to
It's
be
a very
called
special
computer
performance of
RPGs.
the music of Claire Obscure Expedition 33 plus Resident Evil Requiem.
But then FF games started going to PC, and Elder Scrolls and Diablo came to console, and the lines became blurred. Yeah. That's basically what happened. And now the distinction is kind of like blurry, and most people just say CRPG to mean Western RPG. Basically like Elder Scrolls or something like that.
just a part of my life, and you're just a...
Okay. Sounds copyrighted to me. Maybe. Kind of like the art style of this, though. Yeah, I think it is a rhythm game. I can't really tell what's going on, though.
After an ageless slumber, the primal flow awakens once more.
What the fuck is this?
It is fate that brought us together.
What's this with this voice acting? It is fate that brought us together.
Who is this guy? What does he want?
Your ignorance is despicable.
A power stirs deep beneath us. Whatever's lurking, it's behind this gate.
What in the Unreal Engine is...
The ground is shaking. It's people.
We have to take it down.
How long have they been trapped in here?
Okay, combat looks pretty cool.
I shall break the cycle.
Time for the final reckoning.
Honor of Kings World? What? Squid Game game? This kind of gives me Chinese studio Tales of vibe, yeah. What if Tales had Star Ocean character models and like was developed by a Chinese studio? More or less. Oh my god, dog. Fucking stop, bro. What the fuck? Stop.
You just got a fresh look at Delta Force, which launches today.
Oh,
on
they're doing a
PS5
Xillia
and Xbox,
remaster, but it's only one. That's fucking
Now
funny.
it is time for something truly special and one of the most requested moments from our community this year.
Kingdom Hearts
Earlier
4.
in 2025, Clair Obscur Expedition 33,
Oh, no.
the debut title from French indie studio Sandfall Interactive, captured hearts with its stunning Belle Epoque-inspired world and unforgettable style.
Absolutely. This is a very special game, and tonight we wanted to bring that world to life right here on stage at ONL with a special acoustic performance from the game's soundtrack. Please join me in welcoming, for their first big live performance ever, the composer of the game, Laurent Testard, and vocalist Alice Dupont-Pissier, performing Alicia from Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Alicia, you fucking no Kingdom Hearts 4 having ass. Hold on, we gotta turn this shit up, chat. Yeah, dude, talk about a breathtaking voice. Brother, this is the title screen song, but it's played throughout the game too.
It was absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing. Thank you so, so much. And we have so much more opening night live right after this.
Since ancient times,
this is Ninja Gaiden
the
4?
Hayabusa and Raven ninja clans have fought to keep peace, with the Hayabusa clan in the spotlight.
Let's
The
go!
The Raven clan has always had a secret motive.
Thanks. I owe you one.
Been kind of curious about checking this one out.
Expect heavy resistance from the DDO. We're all counting on you, Yakumo. Yakumo, just focus on the hostiles for now.
Understood. Stop this madness. Stay away from the Dark Dragon Seal. Go back home to your little raven nest. Or die here. If you truly think you have what it takes to slay the Dark Dragon, prove it.
The very fiend that resurrected the Dark Dragon years ago. Even a mortal such as yourself has heard of me? I'm sure. Die, insect.
Please, don't kill him. The whole world's at stake.
What's cool?
Well, we've seen so many great games so far, so make sure to spread some love to these amazing developers and teams behind them, and wishlist your next favorite game on Steam by checking out our Gamescom Steam event. And the best thing is you'll find even more games from this year's Gamescom show floors, from beloved indies to big blockbuster titles, by scanning the QR code below. Now it's time for the world gameplay premiere of an MMO shooter set in a post-apocalyptic dystopian Seoul, South Korea. From NCSoft, this is Cinder City, blending narrative-driven shooter action with a vast, seamless open world. Freeze, ADF!
Get on the ground.
Watch that gun play like.
Weapon or we'll shoot.
Oh, here I sense licensed music coming.
You've crossed the line. Are you trying to get us all killed here?
3 minutes to drop. Everyone stand by.
Oh my god, bro. Of course. Notice how the game that had actual music from an actual composer was the one that got to perform here. And all this other slop. Oh my god, bro. Boring. You have to license music for the normies. I know.
But that's not all. We've now got a second brand new game from NCSoft. Time Takers is a competitive team-based survival shooter where the ultimate prize isn't points, it's time itself. Here's your first ever look at the gameplay.
Let me guess. Licensed music?
Floated in an ale-induced stupor. A ghost of my former glory. Until one day when I was stabbed.
Bro, you already know whenever it's a shooter that the loudest, most obnoxious licensed music is about to start playing. Without fail, every single fucking time. Oftentimes, licensed music that doesn't even like really fit the game, it just sounds like really in your face. And so they're like, oh yeah, that's perfect for our game. Because this is a game where you shoot people in the face. No one cares. You know what's even more funny to me is that you always see these games get announced and then you never know what happens to them after that. Like, I'll see this game like get announced and then I will never hear or see from it ever again. Like, it basically will disappear as far as I'm concerned. Finally,
decades,
some fucking food.
Silent Hill has defined psychological horror in games. And tonight, the fog rolls in once again. Here's a brand new look at Silent Hill F from Konami, including the reveal of the American voiceover actress Susie Young as Hinako.
Yo, they got Susie Young. Let's go. That's Yuffie's voice actress, if you guys don't know.
Last seen fleeing Tsuneyoshi Shrine. Exercise extreme caution.
You saved my life and laid claim to my soul. In turn, I shall save your souls by claiming the life of your old self.
What's that? What is this place?
This way.
I better get going.
Man, very excited for this one. I didn't realize it was coming out like just next month. Super crazy.
With that in mind, today's a bit too extraordinary.
So this is where you are. I wondered where you had gone. You need to start getting ready. It's time to say your goodbyes. You're going to kill them with your own hands.
What's going on? No. It's got my home too. The halls, the doors, everything's changed. Tell me, who are you? Please. Just die.
Dazed. We will be there, and we will be seated.
It must be hard for you to bid farewell to childhood friends.
Yes.
Hmm?
No.
Man. Absolutely. Oh. This looks cool, and the music is great. I can't really read that. The God Divina what? Oh, Divine Comedy, Divina Commedia, yeah. Insane choice for a name though, because I'm just like, it's gonna be difficult for a lot of people.
Is the Traveler, an agent of a shadowy faction known only as the Collective. And in Kronos the New Dawn, you'll step into their role. From Polish horror powerhouse Bloober Team, nominated last year at the Game Awards for their Silent Hill 2 remake, comes a bold new vision of survival horror. In this world, the dead don't stay dead. When they find each other, they merge into something far more terrifying. Launching September 5th, here's your brand new look at Kronos the New Dawn.
Are you glad to see me, friend?
If it has a gun, they have to play copyrighted music. Like, almost by law. Like, if you tried and put out, like, your gun game without it having copyrighted music, the FBI will kick the fucking door down and shoot you in the head if you do not put licensed music on the trailer. By law, it has to be there. If your game is a shooter and there's no licensed music, they will come for you.
All right, for our next trailer, let's turn it over to the head of sequels at Obsidian Entertainment.
Guten Tag, Gamescom. Look at this. Tens of thousands of Europeans packed into one building in the dead of summer with absolutely no air conditioning. This is the type of dystopia we here at Obsidian Entertainment absolutely respect. What is this? Am I experiencing Schadenfreude right now? I may have messed up the pronunciation, but you knew the idea. How are you? My name is Mark. I am the head of sequels here at Obsidian Entertainment, and I've got big news. I am going to drop a brand new trailer for The Outer Worlds 2. What are you gonna get? More planets, more chaos, and an actual release date now that GTA 6 got pushed to the spring. So, strap on in. Stock up on some gummy bears, stock up on your favorite pretzels. Get ready. Here comes The Outer Worlds 2 trailer. Roll it, Jeff. It's gotta be Jeff that's rolling it, right?
And now, a trailer for the part of the game you'll remember more than the ending. The Companions.
Let's skip the diplomacy.
Chemically enhancing your statistically unsafe lifestyle. This might sting a lot.
Ooh, an enemy.
Son of a spread.
Oops, sorry. There we
Too
go.
grateful you're not on fire.
And no, you can't sleep with them.
That's pretty funny.
Lots more to come here at ONL, but now a first look at Inzoi Island Getaway with Inzoi's first and free DLC, which is coming tomorrow.
That's licensed music. That is licensed music. Jesus Christ, man. We're already gonna have enough copyright claims on the VOD. Put on some. Okay, there we go. We can unmute.
Where calamity began, this trial shall end. Awakeners, prepare for the final confrontation.
Bro, how many fucking gacha games? I've actually never watched the anime for this 7 Deadly Sins.
けどな、俺たちにまた一つ面白い運命が待ち受けてる気がするんだ。多分楽な冒険じゃないだろうな。この広い世界にはたくさんの試練もあるはずだ。だけど俺たちが力を合わせれば乗り越えられるさ。 何ぼーっとしてんだよ。やることが山ほどあるんだ。早く出発するぞ。さて CBT 募集が始まるってよ。絶対参加してくれよな。
Yeah, it looked like Bastion to me too, but it's not.
It brought you here, my fire. My fire.
Don't listen.
Your reputation is legend.
Oh my, you... I think I know what you are.
The treads on the fertile soil.
There are some big news. We finally have a firm release date for Vampire Bloodlines 2, October 21st of this year. And next, since we're here in Germany, it is only fitting to spotlight a homegrown success story, the deep survival crafting of Enshrouded from Keen Games in Frankfurt. Still in early access, Enshrouded has already let friends adventure, fight, and build together in endless ways. But tonight, the world is about to change forever. A new force is coming, one that will redefine how you explore, how you build, and how you survive. It's a monumental edition, and you're hearing about it first, right here at Opening Night Live.
Listen. I dreamt of a time before the corruption and the fight for survival. I dreamt of
This looks like it doesn't have copyrighted music on it. I'm gonna run and get a protein bar really quickly. Give me 1 second.
We must brave the deep. Hear the old gods whisper, and an ancient fury awakens. We shall purge the profane and command the water to yield to our will, for there is no greater power than the flame of the faithful.
Awesome. And tonight at ONL, we have news of the latest Xbox franchise that is coming to PlayStation for the first time, and the reveal of brand new expansion as well.
Yeah, the E33 performance already happened.
Honored friends, masters of the blacksmith guild, let me introduce a young master of our craft and new owner of Kutenberg's old forge, Henry of Skalitz.
Ready? We can begin.
at Legacy of the Forge, the second story expansion for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. You'll put your blacksmithing skills to the test to acquire and repair a legendary burnt-down forge with brand new design features. All right. Do we have any Cult of the Lamb fans in here? All right. It's time for some big news for the darkly comedic action adventure management hybrid game. Here's the announcement of a major expansion to the game coming soon. Now, last year, World of Warcraft celebrated its 20th anniversary and kicked off its 3-expansion story arc, the World Souls Saga. Here to tell us more about what's to come is executive producer Holly Longdale.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here to reveal our next adventure, World of Warcraft Midnight. I'm equally excited to welcome you all home with our new housing feature. And if you're here at Gamescom, please come by and check it out on the show floor. We have a lot coming in this next expansion, our 11th expansion. To start with, on the horizon, there's a looming darkness, and it's threatening the ancestral home of our blood elves. But Midnight is also about light, and about hope, and about heroes who rise when the world needs them most.
I
And
fucking
it's
hate
about
these scripts,
the bonds
bro.
that tie us together.
Oh my god.
And it all starts at the Sunwell.
It's
And if
about
any of you have ever
heroes
played WoW,
in a world that's been
do you
destroyed.
remember the Sunwell? With that in mind, please enjoy the premiere of our cinematic introduction to Midnight.
The light guides my steps in
About heroes in a world of Warcraft. Yeah.
By its grace am I made one with all that is sacred. The light guides-
Leandrin, it has begun. I need you with me on the wall.
Lorthamar, the void will envelop us soon. Only the light can save us now.
No. The time for prayer has passed.
The Sunwell will not fall. Not while I draw breath. Little elves. I can see you grow weary. How much longer can you hold out?
I think that's my favorite character.
and save yourselves.
That.
Liadrin, don't.
Light be with you. You see? She understands it's hopeless. Soon, you all will. The light guides my steps and illuminates my path. The light flows through me, and by its grace am I made one with all that is sacred. The light guides my steps and illuminates my path. The light flows through... I know that I am unworthy. I don't know if I deserve your help, but I know my people do. Please give them strength. I admire your spirit, but that will not save you. Soon, I will break your world.
You can't even break one elf.
This darkness comes to devour everything. And when it is finished, there will be no more light. Without your aid, we will perish. I beg you, help us.
Not while we draw breath.
I do think FF14 cinematics are way more hype, honestly. Way more hype.
What a great cinematic. Nobody does those better than Blizzard, and hope you guys enjoyed that. All
I
right.
disagree.
Next is the global
Square actually does do
announcement
them
of a new
better.
Project from Team J, the dev team behind Delta Force. Project Spectrum is a tactical shooter for the fearless. It is a physiological horror PvEVP game. That's right, where you battle against monsters.
A shooter that's a PvPvE game. Oh my god, that's so cool. Oh my god, face the horror, become the horror, guys. I bet you $10 that they're gonna fucking play licensed music.
Sorry.
Let's go back to the start.
Well, at least the character model looks good.
I remember the wind. Strong wind. What the hell happened here?
Okay, wait, actually this might be somewhat interesting. I might have been too presumptuous, chat. Oh. Wait. This is actually kind of tight. Okay, I lied. I lied. This shit is actually pretty tight. I was wrong, chat.
The loss is too heavy for you.
Do you know why this is good?
Loss can birth beasts. And
no
bury
licensed
truths.
music.
What do you think? What if you are the beast?
The beast?
Oh shit, now it's third person? This looks cool, actually. Project Spectrum? Not bad. Not bad.
Let's go back to the start.
Yeah, this looks tight. I'm down.
All right, this next world premiere feels familiar, yet it is something brand new from Wargaming. And trust me, you've seen them with tanks, but you haven't seen them do anything like this before. And it's coming to PC, consoles, and Steam Deck.
Oh my god. Okay, I bet you there's licensed music on this shit. And there we go. And there we fucking go, dude. I was off by one game. One game. Dude, I just don't fucking understand why you have, like, tanks are a dead giveaway for copyright. So are guns in most situations, unless it's horror, right? Like, if it's horror, then it's okay for guns. But if it's not horror, then it, like, you know that, like, there's going to be, like, some copyrighted music blaring in the background. Like this shit. Well, they'll have tanks, right? And I'll have some fucking, like, just generic ass copyrighted music that they can find to, like, fit the fucking action scenes. And it's just like, whatever, man. Do people even play these games? I'm telling you, you see them get announced at shows like this, and then you never hear about them ever again.
Sucker Punch and PlayStation take us back to the year 1603 into the sandals of Atsu, a lone Ronin driven by a single purpose.
Okay, finally some fucking food.
At the hands of the ruthless Yotei 6. Tonight, we have a new look at the deadly, beautiful world of Ghost of Yotei.
Are you going to give me a lie? Swordsmith's daughter. I watched that
Souls
tree burn.
game.
How did you escape?
Ghost is not a Souls game at all.
Ruthless spirits wandering the land, driven by vengeance.
More like an Assassin's Creed game, if anything. Yeah, it's not a Souls.
Sometimes I feel like that is what
And even that's a stretch, yeah.
There you have it, an amazing new look at Ghost of Yotei, out October 2nd for PS5, and confirmed today on ONL, it's also getting a Legends co-op multiplayer DLC in 2026 with fantastical supernatural story and survival missions, all free if you own the base game. For nearly 3 decades, Resident Evil has terrified,
Let's go.
thrilled, and defined the survival horror genre. Now, a new chapter rises from the shadows. Back in June at Summer Game Fest, we gave you the first glimpse at Resident Evil Requiem.
Are we gonna reveal
And
Leon today?
We're diving deeper with a brand new look that explores the haunting backstory of the game's protagonist, Grace Ashcroft, and why she may be the key to surviving what's coming.
Show Leon.
Hang on. You have been on that thing all day.
Well, if you're gonna work so late.
Get some sleep, eh?
I'm almost done, just a sec.
It's really coming down hard.
Mom, phone.
Mom. It's right beside you.
Bro, ain't no way I could be talking to my mama like this.
Miss Ashcroft?
Yes.
Who was it?
Dunno. They asked for Miss Ashcroft and then they hung up on me. Rude. What the?
They're coming. Grace, we need to go.
Go where? Mom, what's going on?
Hurry.
Wait, who's coming? What's wrong?
Shh. We need to keep our voices down.
This is ridiculous.
Come on.
Tell me what's going on.
Now is not the time.
Oh man, the transition to first person? That was dope, dude. Holy fuck. Follow mom, let's go.
Stay close.
Mom, wait.
Grace, keep moving.
Oh, who's that?
That's Leon. No, I'm
I'm
just
so sorry about the power outage.
What happened?
It's really no excuse, and I apologize for the inconvenience.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Don't worry.
I should have it fixed soon. I just need to find my...
Yo.
Come on in, Grace.
Yeah, the mom was the protagonist of Resident Evil Outbreak. Yeah.
Okay, look at me. Look at me. In and out. Breathe in and out. Oh, Grace. I promise you, I will explain this all to you one of these days. Grace. Please know that you are my hope. Never forget that.
What are you talking about?
Just... I love you.
I love you too.
Okay.
Mom, I'm scared.
No. We need to find a way out of here now.
Mommy, don't let me any of our stuff.
We can come back for it later, Grace.
We don't have our stuff, bro. Oh shit. Did she die? Very interesting. And why haven't they shown Leon yet?
That game is insane. I got to see that sequence in Osaka about a month ago. There's a lot more to share, and there is a reason it was the most wishlisted title coming out of Summer Game Fest this June. Now, for those of you here in the arena tonight at Gamescom, there's some good news, because you'll be over on the show floor, be the first players in the world to get hands-on with a playable demo of Resident Evil Requiem at the Capcom booth as we count down to the launch this February. A huge thank you to Capcom and Takeuchi-san for that special look. And with that, Gamescom Opening Night Live comes to a close, but the celebration of gaming doesn't stop here. We'll be back on Thursday, December 11th for the Game Awards, streaming live around the world as we honor the best games of the year and give you a glimpse of what's coming in 2026 and beyond with tons of brand new game announcements. You're leaving, but before we say goodnight, we do have one last surprise.
Oh.
A global announcement from a studio that walked away with multiple Game Awards wins for its last project. Please, take a look.
Final Fantasy 17. Oh. Oh.
Brother, help me here. You ain't even trying. It's all me.
Black Myth Wukong 2.
Look at that belly of yours. Where's the mountain? Hey.
But probably DLC for Wukong.
Drop that Cosworth. Master will take us back. As long as we keep that mountain in her heart. Hey. No scolding, no flogging, life spared. No risk going back. This place. We've got food on our table and... They're coming for us.
Oh. Oh, it is a DLC. I assume.
There's a special announcement. Game Science has announced and kicked off development of the second title in the Black Myth series, this time starring
it is
Zhong
a sequel.
the ghost-catching god who wanders between hell and earth. This will once again be a single-player ARPG rooted in ancient Chinese myth and folklore. And don't worry, to those who love the Black Myth series, the westward journey won't end here either. It's been amazing opening night live tonight. Thank you so much to Shocks for joining me.
That's really fast. What the fuck?
So much fun. Also a huge announcement at the end of that to close out opening night live this year and kick off Gamescom 2025. It's been so much fun to host this thing again with you, Jeff.
Didn't Black Myth come out last year?
It was such an amazing show. Great job to you. Thanks for coming back again, Shocks. And thank you to everyone for watching online and here, the audience in Cologne. What a great night. Have a great Gamescom 2025. And we'll see you on December 11th for the Game Awards in LA. Good night, everybody.
Didn't that shit just come out last year? What the fuck? And we're already talking about Black Myth 2? I know, but like even there being an announcement is like fucking insane. Like even there being like yeah, like we're still working on it. Yeah, just the announcement is like fucking nuts. Right? Like I mean, even with just the cinematic, could you imagine like Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out and they're like, by the way, like the year after So when Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out in 2048, they're like, by the way, 2049, here's the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 5. Like, that would be so nutty. Right? But that's like basically like what they just did there. That is like really fucking... They might reuse a metric butt ton of assets. I'm willing to bet that they have a metric fuck ton of people like working on it simultaneously. Like, I'm willing to bet they have like an entire asset like factory going, right? Like multiple companies that they have outsourced to just churning out assets for the game. And that's probably how they're going to get like it done fast, and the engine's the same, and they're building off of the game. And so, yeah, I'm willing to bet from like a game design perspective, it might even be more of like a expansion, more like, I don't want to say like a DLC, but like the only way I can imagine them turning that shit around that fast is to do something like that, because it just seems so fucking insanely like fast in this day and age to do something like that. Blown away. So okay, let's talk about Gamescom. This conference was shit. RE9 looks good though. RE9 looks awesome. Very excited about the first person shit, but we already kind of knew about that. Gives you a reason to play these games again and again. I'd give it a 5, to be honest. Yeah, I'd give it a 4 or 5, honestly, too. That cheap labor, they can double size for about the same cost as a Western studio. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, and this is kind of like why China is going to be the future of video games, if we're honest, too, is that they can outspend the West easily, and they can outspend Japan as well, or not even outspend, but like they can make those games for much cheaper than we can. So, and also definitely cheaper. I mean, well, Japan is cheaper to make games in than the US, but yeah, US and Europe are like the most expensive places to do it. So lots of gacha, lots of shooters, right? It's always funny when people talk about like, they talk about like the shooter craze as if the shooter craze ever ended, you know? Because it, like when people talk about like Souls-like, they're like, oh, the Souls-likes will be like, you know, shooters where like during the Xbox 360 era, but I'm like, dude, they're still like making like shooters a dime a dozen. So really feel like the KH4 trailer will be shadow dropped. It'll be dropped at like an important event. Onimusha looks good. Honestly, it's the same situation as Summer Games Fest, where the Capcom stuff was amazing and then everything else was like kind of okay. Silent Hill F was good, but yeah, I mean, I think that game has been like, you know, a pretty awesome game for everyone. Everyone's been like really excited for that one, so I don't think that's like a breaking fucking news. Everything else was just kind of like slop for me. I mean, I just don't care. RE9, Vampire the Masquerade 2, the Dante's Inferno game, Chrono, Silent Hill F were all cool. Not an amazing show, but better than previous shows this year. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's totally fair to say. It's Gamescom though. Like I didn't expect anything too crazy. I'm sure it's hype if you're there. Like I would love to be at Gamescom. Ninja Gaiden 4 does look good. Ninja Gaiden 4 looks awesome. It only feels like the shooter craze ended because Call of Duty and Fortnite dominate everything else. It just feels like it's fighting for third place. That's exactly what it is, dude, my guy. Like, that's 100% what it is. Like, it's not that like shooters got less popular. It's just that people orbit around those two games, and everything else is like fighting for fucking crumbs. And like that's what it is. So yeah, I don't think like shooters like really died, like as some people would say, like, oh, shooter craze is like over. Shooter craze is like still very much alive, bro. Like, I mean, even just looking at games like Apex and like all the other games that you could argue that are in third place, like PUBG and games like those, still massive communities, millions of people. So yeah, and just look at how many like, you know, games that they just pumped out in order to try to be like those. So 7R3 and KH will be Game Awards. If not, it's super cooked. Kind of unacceptable for KH, especially. I mean, 7R3, I'm not worried about it. I do think we'll get it announced at TGS or the Game Awards. I'm like not like, I think that it's happening. So I don't think that we need to freak out about 7R3 for sure. Because again, the development on that one, I'm sure it's just going to be so fast. That's not going to be a problem. KH though, I'm kind of like, I don't want to say I'm worried about it, but holy fuck, it is taking quite a long time, like way longer than I would have expected. You know, but yeah, because I don't think KH is next year either. Like in terms of release, I think the earliest we can expect to see Kingdom Hearts 4 released is 2027. And I think even that is slightly on the optimistic side. I actually think that Kingdom Hearts 4 is a 2028 game. If I'm being like super serious. Where is Dragon Quest 12? That was announced a super long time ago. Blitz, thanks for the raid, man. I appreciate you, buddy. Welcome in. Where is Dragon Quest 12? Dude, Dragon Quest 12 is also really going through it because Dragon Quest 12 went into development in 2018. So Dragon Quest 12 is actually pushing like, you know, like 8 years of development, and we still have not fucking seen whatever the fuck is going on with Dragon Quest 12. Very, very alarming, right? And then you could also make the same argument for like Nier 3 or 4, you know, if you want to count Reincarnation as Nier 3. A new Nier game. How are we feeling about Big Fat Tacos in Wilds? Yeah, it's cool to see Omega in Monster Hunter Wilds. That's awesome. It's good to see them doing the collaboration again. I think it would have been cooler if like they did a different Final Fantasy, but I get why they do 14. Right? Like if they did like 16 or 7R, it would have been like a little bit more fun. Because we already had 14 for Monster Hunter World. But not hating. I just think it would have been more interesting if we got 16 or 7R for Monster Hunter. I will say, and like especially for 7R, right? Because 7R's combat is like literally done by a Monster Hunter guy. So that would have also made for like a really interesting crossover. And again, because we already had 14 with World, I thought it would have been more interesting to be like, okay, we're gonna let like a different Final Fantasy do the thing now. But I don't worry so much for the DQ12 team. The DQ team is not like FF. Well, yeah. But and I don't want to like make this like a dig at like FF, but like one of the different things about like Dragon Quest and like Final Fantasy is that if you asked Yuji Horii what a Dragon Quest game is, he could give you a definition that isn't just like Dragon Quest is the best game. It has the best story and the best graphics and the best combat. And it's like, well, what does that mean? It means whatever we define the best graphics and best combat as, like, whenever we want to, right? Dragon Quest knows what Dragon Quest is. And so, yeah, like, whatever they're going through, they will produce, like, what is identifiably a Dragon Quest game, and it will come out, and it will be awesome. And, like, every time, like, Final Fantasy, you know, has to, like, go into development, they have to sit around and they have to ask themselves, what the fuck is Final Fantasy? Like, every single time. And then when they do, it's like, it comes out with, like, this really generic answer that's like, it's the game that's the best. Well, you know, is anyone trying to make the game that's the worst? Like, it's not like I don't know. It's like if I was like trying to describe myself, and they're like, tell me about yourself, Ryan. Well, I'm the guy with the best hair and the best face and the best personality. That's me. That's my identity. Is I'm the guy that's the best, who's the best at being the best. You'd be like, I know literally fucking nothing about you. That doesn't say anything about you. That just tells me that, like, you're really into being the best guy. Which kind of does say a lot in itself, but it's not like, it's not anything that you can actually latch onto, right? So this is actually, let me see if I can find it, because someone actually asked this question recently, and I think I gave a good response, like a decent response. So a mutual had asked this question, and I basically said, he said, what defines Final Fantasy franchise for you? And my response was a command-based role-playing game. No, not turn-based, command-based. So that includes things like FF12 and 13 as well. A command-based role-playing game whose gameplay focuses around party synergy, light puzzle solving, and innovative progression systems. Its story has a tremendous focus on leveraging the latest technology for a theatrical and cinematic delivery with top quality music. And I just think that that's like a better definition than like a lot of the times like what Square Enix comes up with, which is usually like, we're the best. We're the best at making the best thing. I know it sounds like I'm joking, but that's really what they actually say every time they ask, like, what is Final Fantasy? They say, well, it's the best. What the fuck do you mean? Like, what else could it be? True, innovative progression systems are a key feature that's been missing, perhaps not often mentioned as often. Yeah. I think innovative progression systems are, like, super key to Final Fantasy. Like, to me, like, if you ask me like what the game design contribution of FF as a series has been, it's been how they've like come up with different like RPG systems for like the characters to grow, right? Like the sphere grid and junctioning materia, the license board, FF9's like equipment system, Espers, that stuff for me has been like, that's like what I would highlight as like the greatest gameplay contribution of like FF series is like the progression systems and like how dope they are and how they've always come up with like new, really interesting, innovative ways to make you evolve your characters and build them. Oh, I said light puzzle solving in combat, dude, my guy, not light puzzle solving like dungeons per se. So or at least I meant light puzzle solving in combat. So I would say 13 does have like some light puzzle solving in combat. Yeah. So basically, you're usually like an enemy has like a puzzle mechanic, and you're using your abilities to figure out how to overcome that puzzle. So, that's how I would like personally, broad definition, define FF, right? But yeah, so I know we went off on a tangent there because we were actually talking about Dragon Quest, but like I was saying though, Dragon Quest can give you a much better definition of what Dragon Quest is, and it's not just like Dragon Quest is the best game ever. We make the best, we do the best, we best, we the best sound, we the best music. How you feeling about the showcase? It's aight. It's aight. I liked a few games from it. It's more or less what you would expect from a Gamescom. Updates on some existing titles that are really awesome, like RE9, Silent Hill F. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, it is kind of becoming a problem though that they all the major IPs, because we're getting Final Fantasy stuff, right? Like I see some people worried about like FF's cadence, like oh, they need to come out with Final Fantasies more frequently. But like realistically speaking, we got like 2 FF games in 1 year, right? But like literally every other Square Enix IP is like fucking MIA at the moment, right? Like in terms of like the next major thing, there's no major Dragon Quest. I mean, there is, but it's yeah, I don't know when it's coming. You don't know when it's coming. The Kingdom Hearts is like, you know, Nier, you know, like where are those games? So, I mean, like practically speaking, FF has just been like holding them up on its shoulders because there has not been anything else. But they have like a lot of Final Fantasy in development. Give me more Star Ocean and Mana. Man, dude, it's kind of hard to imagine more Mana after Visions of Mana. And I didn't play Visions of Mana, but everyone who did told me that was actually a really great game. And it does kind of suck that what happened to the studio. I feel really bad there. But, you know, it's just like, I don't even know like what they're going to do. If Visions of Mana didn't like really work out, are they going to make more Mana games? I don't know. Star Ocean, I don't know how the latest Star Ocean did. Star Ocean 6, right? I'm not going to tell you the whatever the fucking subtitle for Star Ocean games are. They're so ridiculous, right? Like even among JRPG names, Star Ocean subtitles are like ridiculous. But it's still not as ridiculous as the most ridiculous JRPG name of all time. And that is Infinite Undiscovery. I still think that's like the most ridiculous JRPG name ever. But that one was just like, oh wait, yeah, no, Star Ocean 6's name is like, what was it? Divine Force? That one was normal, right? Was it Divine Force? Okay, yeah, that was the normal one. I'm thinking of like Star Ocean 5, Integrity and Faithlessness. Which is like, just call it Star Ocean 5, bro. Don't. Okay, yeah, I'm mixing my Star Oceans up. I'm mixing up Divine Force and Integrity and Faithlessness. They could have even just called it Star Ocean 5 Faithlessness. I think it's really the integrity part that's like... doesn't really sound interesting. They haven't really scaled Star Ocean games in like the way you'd expect them to have done, going from Star Ocean 2 and 3. And then after that, I feel like they kind of stopped. Well, I don't know. Star Ocean 4 had like a little bit of budget in it. But it seemed like maybe 5 they kind of just gave up. 5 was the most uninspired console RPG I ever played. I tried playing 5 actually. I like the green hair girl in 5. That's what made me buy 5, and I immediately regretted it. But the design for the green haired girl was worth it, bro. That was that was a thorough cook. Isn't the team behind Trails of Mana remake supposed to be working on something new? I'm not sure, actually. Visions of Mana graphics make me wish Chrono Trigger remake looked like that. Really, I would want a Chrono Trigger remake to look like Dragon Quest XI. Personally, I think DQ11, like visually, is my ultimate Akira Toriyama fantasy looking game. Each Star Ocean game I played keeps reaching difficulty spikes where I feel obligated to grind and I fall off. That's what stops me from ever completing a Star Ocean game. Is that like, at first it'll be like really well paced, and then I'll hit like this wall where it's like you need to fucking grind your ass off, and like the enemy is like really unfair. Or maybe I was just young and stupid and I couldn't like beat some of the bosses, but like, yeah. So let me tell you what I think happened with something like Star Ocean 5 is that I think that they were just like insanely short budget. I think that the higher ups at Square have wanted to kill off Star Ocean for like a really long time. I don't have proof of that. But I feel like when I watched the director like talk about it, he basically was like saying that they basically had to beg. I don't want to say beg, but they had to like work really hard to convince the higher ups to make a new Star Ocean game because they didn't want to do it. And yeah, so that kind of like led me to think that, man, they really don't want to make a new Star Ocean because these games probably don't sell an insane amount of units. Did you play Star Ocean Second Story? I did not, but I hear that's like the best one. The Star Ocean games that I played are 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, I think Star Ocean 6 only got greenlit because the Star Ocean Gacha game made good money in Japan. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Because otherwise, I don't really think they're just trying to make Star Ocean games because they don't make a lot of money. They don't make a lot of money at all. So. And I think that they also want to do them for very cheap. And they don't want to spend any money on them, and they just want to push it out the door most of the times, which I think is unfortunate too, because I think that if they actually spent money on making a good Star Ocean game, then I think people actually would buy it. Like the concept of Final Fantasy in space, which I know it's not like directly Final Fantasy, but that's like the elevator pitch for like Star Ocean. Like, I think the idea of, like, pitching, you know, hey, this is Final Fantasy in space, I think a lot of people would actually, like, really be into that. And the fact that that has never, like, been something that they've invested more money into growing, into, like, fulfilling the potential of, it was pretty unfortunate. Because I do think that, like, Star Ocean could be a pretty big franchise if the right moves were actually made with it. But your Star Ocean would be turn-based. That would be interesting. How about FF17 in space? I don't want FF17 to go to space. That's actually like the one place I never want FF to actually like go. Well, I mean like, you know, not like FF4 going to the moon or anything like that. But I mean like, I don't want like a space opera Final Fantasy, like for Final Fantasy. I like the idea of like Final Fantasy in space for a different IP, but I don't like it for Final Fantasy because I feel like Final Fantasy is about exploring a specific world, right? Like it's about like understanding an entire specific world. And I feel like trying to go to space when FF, especially modern FF, struggles to depict a world, like a actual living world, really. I feel like it's just like broadening the scope when they're not even like doing the one planet that much justice, right? Like if you take like, you know, the easy example is like 13, but if I'm going to be honest, I actually feel like 13 and the world of Pulse and Cocoon felt more complete to me, like as two worlds, than like Valistia felt to me as one. I know that's probably a hot take. I'm about to be clipped and ratioed. But I even think that like, whereas like, and part of that too is that like 13 had more abstraction to make you feel like you are going across those two worlds. And even then, there's a lot of critique you can have about, you know, 13 and how much of a living world that it managed to do. But like with 16, for me, it was just like you were warping around different boxes, like little small boxes. And 15 also had the problem too, where basically you were on like this small segment of the world that like felt like this really tiny island. And then you went to Altissia and the world started to feel bigger. Except the world really didn't feel that big because you go on like this like small boat ride to Altissia. So you go on like this small boat ride out to this other island, and then you go on a train ride, and the train ride is actually where the game feels the biggest, ironically, like where like land wise it feels like, oh, okay. But yeah, 13 is super linear, but still does a good job of hopping to different biomes and gives you an impression that there are still big parts of the world you didn't see or could only see a slice of, right? Yeah, I felt that like much better in that. So yeah, Altissia is great, but then they ran out of budget. Yeah, they ran out of budget and time, and that's been like the kind of the problem. Is that, you know, they try to make like an open world or like a linear game, and they run into a ton of problems. I really think that like it might honestly be time just for like the world map to come back, because the world map is still undefeated for the illusion of a globe trotting adventure. Because the world map just says, fuck it. You can't make the whole world. You can't. But you know what? You can use this. You can use the illusion of scale and just say, this is the world, and this is like, you know, to scale like what like this portion of the world is supposed to be like. And you use your imagination to fill in the gaps, and you're just like, okay. That makes sense. I can cope with that. In 16, I was very disappointed that important villains were pushed aside quickly without development. I would say that that's been a problem for a long time. I would say that's been a problem for a long time. where they introduce like really cool villains and then they kind of just don't do much with them. Jill Nabat from 13 still stands out to me. And if for those of you who haven't played 13 in a long time, you're probably asking yourself, who the fuck is Jill Nabat? I can show you. Now, if you're wondering, or if you're thinking, oh yeah, she did exist. That was a thing. Yeah. Oh, that lady. Yeah, bro. Yeah. She like came back in like 13 too. Bro, they made her like a CG model and everything. I really got to know like what happened, because I think like they ran into a time situation and they just like cut her from the story. I think she's only in 3 cutscenes, and in the 3rd one she died. Yeah. She was really just like an awesome character design they made, and then they were like, we don't know what to do with this. So they just like tossed it aside. And it sucks. But she came back in like a 13.2 DLC. I don't even remember if she died or whatever. Yeah, I don't blame you, bro. She's in the game for like a total of like 10 minutes. And like 2 of those 10 minutes is her dying. So yeah, there's a lot of like cool villains that like get tossed aside. And then 15 also kind of has that problem too. Idolus wasn't like really anything. You know, so Primarch killed her for no dude, he really did kill her for no reason. Like I cannot tell you what the fuck the reason was. He just killed her. He literally killed her because he's the bad guy, and that's what bad guys do, is that they kill people. It's like literally, I cannot even tell you, because she wasn't even like questioning like what he was doing. She was just like, yeah, that's the Primarch. And then he's just like, oh, disposable. I cannot tell you why he killed her at all. It makes no fucking sense. He just looked at her, wafted his hand, and she died. I know. It made no sense. So, actually, you know what? Yeah. That's like my biggest hope for 17 is like, please no throwaway villains or characters. Like no one that you're introducing to like be like, actually they're irrelevant. Because, and that's not even just a 13 problem. That's like a like across the board modern FF problem that they've had, where they like introduce villains just to be like, yeah, nah, we're not doing anything with them. Yeah, that's been a problem. So hopefully they can curb that with the next entry. He told her to leave because humans don't belong here, and she got nuked. I know. All right, I think we're gonna end the stream here. Thank you guys so much. We should have a brand new video later this week. I'm pretty excited about it. So yeah, please stay tuned. If you missed the VOD with Jacob, it is back up. It is really good. It has better audio quality and better video quality because it was also recorded locally. So please go check it out. As always, I love you, and I will see you all on Friday in particular so that we can finish Kingdom Hearts, or so that we can fight Sephiroth and then finish Kingdom Hearts. Okay,